Today we're going to cover general assembly of the Diesel X Crossbow from Killer Instinct. First, we're going to unpack everything and make sure you have all the parts that's listed inside your instruction manual. You have your front end assembly, your back end assembly or your stock, cable slide, riser bolt, stirrup, your speed ring scope, quiver bracket, quiver with 3 hyper bolts, your rope cocker, and rail loop. First, we're going to get started on installing the cable slide. One of the things that we like to do is to put a little bit of rail lube on the bottom side and the top side. That helps with cable wear. There's 2 grooves on the bottom of the cable slide, one for each cable. The cable slide installs to the right of the X. Snaps into place. Next, we're going to install the front end to the barrel. Take the cable slide and slide it into the slot in the barrel, and your string sits on top of the barrel itself. Slide it back, recenter it. The riser bolt itself actually slides into the hole in the back of the riser. From there, take your riser bolt, and install the riser bolt so it fits the riser and the barrel together snugly. When you flip it over, you should see everything actually mounts flush. Next, we're going to install your foot stirrup. The foot stirrup has 2 slots on the bottom that needs to line up with the set screws that are already installed in the riser. Sometimes you have to make sure that the set screws are actually backed almost all the way out so that you can slide the foot stirrup all the way in. From here, the set screws should be lined up with the slot in the foot stirrup. Then lastly, you have a 3rd set screw that locks the riser bolt down after it's been tightened. This helps everything remain tight shot after shot. Next, we're going to install the speed ring scope. You may have to loosen the scope rings with the included 3mm Allen wrench, just in case it doesn't line up exactly with the scope rail. From here, you can actually move the scope forward and back. Rule of thumb, you'd want the eyepiece to be flush with the back of the trigger box. From here, slide that into place. And the scope mount plates, there's a thick side and a thin side. A thick side is what you want to have facing up. We'll snug these up finger tight. And then we'll also take that 3mm Allen wrench, slide it into the end of the nut, and turn it to tighten it down. You may have to readjust the scope itself to make sure that the crosshairs are perpendicular to the scope rail. Next, we're going to install the quiver. Now, quivers usually get installed away from the shooter. So if you're a right-handed shooter, you would want to mount the quiver on the right side of the bow. The quiver mount slides over the Picatinny rail. And from there, you got 2 mounting bolts that slide in. You'll want to use the included 5/32 Allen wrench to tighten this down. And the quiver itself slides in, and there's a locking lever to keep it in place. And that's how you assemble the Diesel X Crossbow from Killer Instinct. If you have any questions, reach out to our customer service for help.